Yehovah Eloheinu Zvaot, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Please lead me with the Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Amen. We'll start with the Shema. Listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts and mind, with your entire body, with all the muchness that you have. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Hand, behold, nail, behold. Deuteronomy chapter 19. When Yehovah your God cuts off the nations whose land Yehovah your God is giving you, and you take their place and settle in their cities and houses, you are to set aside 3 cities for yourselves in your land that Yehovah your God is giving you to possess. Divide the territory of your land, which Yehovah your God is having you inherit, into 3 parts, and prepare the road so that any killer may flee to these cities. The killer who will live in if he flees there is someone who has killed his fellow member of the community by mistake. He did not hate him in the past. An example would be if a man goes into the forest with his neighbor to cut wood and takes a stroke with the axe to fell a tree, but the head of the axe flies off the handle, hits his neighbor, and kills him. Then he is to flee to one of these cities and live there. Otherwise, the next of kin avenger is in the heat of his anger may pursue the killer, overtake him because the distance to the city of refuge is too long, and strike him dead, even though he didn't deserve to die, inasmuch as he hadn't hated him in the past. This is why I am ordering you to set aside for yourselves 3 cities. If Yehovah your God expands your territory, as he swore to your ancestors that he would, and gives you all the land he promised to give to your ancestors, provided you keep and observe all these mitzvot I'm giving you today, loving Yehovah your God and always following his ways, then you are to add 3 more cities for yourselves. Besides these 3, so that innocent blood will not be shed in the land Yehovah your God is giving you as an inheritance, and thus blood guilt be on you. However, if someone hates his fellow member of the community, lies in wait for him, attacks him, strikes him a death blow, and then flees to one of these cities, then the leaders of his own town are to send and bring him back from there and hand him over to the next of kin avenger to be put to death. You are not to pity him. Rather, you must put an end to the shedding of innocent blood in Israel. Then things will go well with you. You are not to move your neighbor's boundary marker from the place where people put it long ago. The inheritance soon to be yours in the land Yehovah your God is giving you to possess. One witness alone will not be sufficient to convict a person of any offense or sin of any kind. The matter will be established only where there are 2 or 3 witnesses testifying against him. If a malicious witness comes forward and gives false testimony against someone, then both the men involved in the controversy are to stand before Yehovah, before the Kohanim, and the judges in office at the time. The judges are to investigate carefully. If they find the witness is lying and have given false testimony against his brother, you are to do to him what he intended to do to his brother. In this way, you must put an end to such wickedness among you. Those who remain will hear about it. Be afraid, and no longer commit such wickedness among you. Show no pity, life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. How can we learn to love our Creator after this 19th chapter of Deuteronomy? We can put a lot of things into context that weren't there before, I would assume. Trust in Yehovah to give you a life he planned for you. Practice compassion. Give grace and mercy. Love your brother and sister at all times. Never let hate in. Pray for your brother and sister daily and often. Trust in Yehovah to expand your territory. Trust in the promise of Yehovah. Love Yehovah. Follow Yehovah. Keep and observe the mitzvot of Yehovah. Seek justice. Trust the witness of two or more only. Know that we will all stand before Yehovah one day. Speak the truth only. How can we love others as Yeshua loves us? We can keep your hearts full of love and compassion for each other, praying regularly for each other. Bear one another's burdens. We can practice compassion, give out grace and mercy like candy. Bear one another's burdens. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, and self-control. We'll end with the Aaronic blessing using the name on this Shabbat, leading up to Yom Kippur. Yehovah will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehovah will illuminate the wholeness of his being toward you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehovah will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and will set in place all you need to be whole and complete. Shabbat Shalom.